So IMDb sometimes ranks their top list of movies for that year, and I was curious to see what they had on their list for 2025. So let's buckle in and let's see what the most popular movie database suggests to us as we head to the theaters. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Chris Travis, nice to meet you. So we're in full swing when it comes to movies here in 2025. A lot of great movies have come out and a lot of movies still are on the horizon, but we are excited for all of them. But when it comes to these movies, what does a massive movie database like IMDb think? What do they project to be the best movies or films that they think, hey, you should watch? And if you're unsure what IMDb is, it's this database collective of every single actor ever and their body of work. But on this list, they have 10 films, right? Some of these films have already come out. We've seen some of them, I've seen some of them, but some of them haven't really graced the big screen yet. But still, it's on their list and we're gonna talk about it. Okay, so the way that this works, okay, I'm gonna talk about the movie, we're gonna talk about the score of the movie, 10 out of 10, 1 out of 10, whatever. I'm gonna tell you the plot, I'm gonna tell you who's in the movie, and then I'm gonna read to you a little snippet of what a critic says about that film. It's all right, here are my trusty notes. Enough blabbering, so let's talk about the 10 films of 2025 that you need to see according to IMDb. All right, so starting off at number 10, we have Stephen King's The Monkey. The film stars Theo James and is directed by Osgood Perkins. Here's the plot. When twin brothers Bill and Hal find their father's old monkey toy in the attic, a series of gruesome deaths start. So the critics gave this movie a 10 out of 10. I haven't seen it yet. I like Stephen King, I like horror movies, it's on my list. And the title he gave for that description was Not a Toy. Damn right it's not a toy. It kills people. Number 9, the Minecraft film. So Minecraft, starring Jason Momoa, Jack Black, and directed by Jared Hess. The film follows a popular video game franchise that thousands of gamers young and old play. I might have built a castle or two in my time. What do the critics give it? They give it a 5 out of 10. Now I've seen this film. It's better than I thought it was going to be. Don't know why I'm bouncing. But here's what the critics had to say. It's by no means terrible. It's entertaining, but it's far from perfect. The acting, the directing, and the outstanding CGI were all satisfying, but the confused screenplay along with the lack of interesting characters and stakes weighed it down. Luckily, it has welcome references to Minecraft and the climax was very enjoyable, so I'm glad it wasn't bad. And the title of that article was, I'm Steve. So if you're curious at all about Minecraft, it's a good time. It's just fun. Yet again, it's not going to win any awards of like great, directing and amazing acting, but it's just a fun flick. Number 8, Companion. So Companion stars Sophie Thatcher, Jack Quaid, and Luke Gage, and is directed by Drew Hancock. Well, what's the movie about? It's about a weekend getaway with friends at a remote cabin turned into chaos after it's revealed that one of the guests is not what they seem. The critics gave this film a 10 out of 10. Here's what they had to say. I knew I'd had fun and fantastic time with this thrill ride and consider it a must-watch. Sophie Thatcher was Oscar-worthy as Iris, Drew Hancock's directing was exceptional, and the use of the $10 million is something to behold. Having the horror and romantic comedy fan in me delighted. Don't miss it, and aside from its teaser trailer, go in blind. And they labeled this Love at First Sight. Now listen, Jack Quaid is everywhere, and you'll see he's gonna pop up later on this list. Number 7, and a comic book movie. This is the only comic book movie actually on this list, and that is Superman. Now this film isn't out yet, comes out July 11th, but it stars David Cornsweet, Richard Bronson, and Nicholas Hoult. And it's directed by James Gunn. Yes, that James Gunn. Superman must rekindle his alien kryptonite heritage with his human upbringing as reporter Clark Kent. As the embodiment of truth, justice, and the human way, he soon finds himself in a world that views these as old-fashioned. Now listen, this film is so far, it's not even out yet, and it's already been met with a few kind of like hiccups because of David Cornsweet. Nothing against the man, he's a great actor, he looks the part, but coming after Henry Cavill, I get it. But let me read a little bit here. So early test screenings of Superman are generally mixed. They're the mixed reviews, right? Some comparing it to Guardians of the Galaxy, which I get from the trailer. The jokes kind of land the same. The level of quality, saying it's a mess when it comes to CGI, don't worry about that. They're still working on the film. It's not done. Some reviewers appreciated the tone while others thought it was a little too silly. Now, honestly, I am excited for this film. I love what James Gunn has done with the Guardian franchise. Who'd have thunk that you'd be emotionally invested in a tree and a raccoon? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But yet again, this film comes out July 11th, and I really hope that this kicks off DC and it's just a string of just good, fun superhero flicks. Number 6, Novocaine. Now, Novocaine is already out, but who's in it? I don't know why I'm talking like Chuck Sparrow. So the film stars, surprise, Jack Quaid. This is the second film on this list that he's in. And Amber Midthunder. If you don't remember her, she was in the fantastic Predator movie, Prey. The film was also directed by Dan Burke. This film, not Prey. Here's the plot. When the girl of his dreams is kidnapped, a man is incapable of feeling physical pain, turns his recognition into an unexpected adventure in the fight to rescue her. Critics give this film a 10 out of 10. And yes, it is a 10 out of 10. It's cool to see a action film take the usual tropes that you see in an action film and kind of turn it on itself. A good example of that is he's being interrogated, and what do they do when they interrogate you in a film, right? They'll torture you. But what happens when the person being tortured can't feel the pain? Okay, what does the critic say? With the twists that takes to getting used to, this action romantic comedy was a blast. Jack Quaid provides his leading man talent as Nate, a man who can't feel pain as he tries to save his dream girl, played by the charming Amber Midthunder. The action, truly hilarious, comedy, solid pacing, and surprising heart makes for a must-watch for genre fans. And they label that article, Jack Takes the Lead. Number 5, we have Mickey 17. So Mickey 17 is already out. You can watch it now on your streaming services. Who's it star? Film stars Steven Yeun and Robert Pattinson. And the film is directed by Bong Joon-ho. Here's the plot. During a human expedition to colonize space, Mickey 17, a so-called expendable employee, is sent to explore an ice planet. Critics gave it a 10 out of 10, and yet again, I agree, it was hilarious. But what do the critics have to say? It's hard to say it's 2025's best offering, but it's still a must-watch. Robert Pattinson does extraordinary work as the mainly Mickeys, while Bong Joon-ho's directing and screenplay are second to none. And they title this Barely Flawed. Number 4, Sinners. Let's just talk about it. Okay, who's in the film? Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, and newly auditioned Miles Canton. And the film is directed by the talented Ryan Coogler. So before we dive into the plot and all that stuff, I just want to highly recommend this film. I saw it this many times, and that's 3. It is the best film of 2025 so far. I mean, there's a lot of films on this list I haven't seen yet, but it's just so good. So the plot. Trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to the hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting for them when they come back. Critics gave it 100 out of 100. I wish they did. They gave it a 10 out of 10, but it should be 100 out of 100. Here's what they said about the film. It's a miracle that the cinematic extravaganza topped the box office for 2 weeks and made and will continue to make bank. Ryan Coogler directed this like a professional, while actors like Michael B. Jordan and a stellar Miles Canton made their characters believable. And the title for this article is Devil's Got the Blues. Number 3, Wicked for Good. The film's not out yet, but it comes out November 21st. The film stars Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, Jonathan Bailey, and of course, Peter Dinklage. He's new to the cast. It's directed by John M. Chu. So what's the plot of this sequel? Well, here we go. The film follows Elphaba, the future Wicked Witch of the West, and her relationship with Glinda, the Good Witch of the North. The second of a 2-part feature film adapted by the Broadway musical. Remember, November 21st. Okay, last 2 guys. Number 2, Ballerina from the World of John Wick. Now this film, as of recording this video, just came out and it's great. But it stars Ana de Armas, Keanu Reeves, and Ian McShane, and is directed by Les Wiseman. Here's the plot. An assassin trained in the traditions of the Rusko Roma organization sets out to seek revenge after her father's death. And the critics did give it a 7 out of 10. Here's what they had to say. As a fan of the franchise, this good enough John Wick spinoff is a disappointing yet rather entertaining watch. Ana de Armas delivers a compelling performance even if her first adventure is weirdly lacking consistency and focus, while it's easily the weakest of the 5 films. But yet again, it's not a perfect film. In the whole realm of John Wick, it fits, but it's not perfect, but the action's amazing, so go watch it if you're interested. And finally, the number 1 film, according to IMDb, that you should watch in 2025 is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. So who stars in this film? Well, of course, you got Tom Cruise, Haley Atwell, and Ving Rhames. It's directed by Christopher McHugh. Now, I haven't seen this one yet. I'm busy. I really want to go watch it. Maybe today. It's Saturday after all. So here's the plot. So the film follows the last adventures of Ethan Hawke, aka Tom Cruise, as everything as a culmination of the entire Mission Impossible franchise comes to an end in this thrilling conclusion. Now, the critics gave this film a 9 out of 10. Here's what they had to say. I was disappointed. But even if it didn't reach the excellence of Fallout, I was thoroughly entertained. Tom Cruise and Christopher McHugh knew what makes this franchise work. An intriguing story, interesting characters, and incredible stunts, like the 10 out of 10 plane stunt. And the title for this article is actually really fitting. It's called Mission Complete. But if you want to see how this all ends, head to the theater right now, it's out. But guys, that was the list for 2025 according to IMDb of the films that you need to see. But thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate the support. And don't forget to, like and subscribe. I don't know why I point there. I always have it there. Maybe I'll have it there. Let's change it up today.